While the court wraps up this year's cases, next term is already shaping up. On Monday, the court announced that they'll hear a case next term over whether states are allowed to ban gender-affirming care for young people. The case involves a Tennessee law banning gender-affirming care for minors that was signed into law by Governor Bill Lee just last year. It brings to the forefront a debate that has been brewing in conservative states for years. Earlier this month, a federal judge struck down a similar law in Florida, and Governor Glenn Youngkin has demurred in the past when he's asked directly about the issue, instead pivoting to his administration's policies on the treatment of transgender students that were cheered by parents' rights advocates, criticized by LGBTQ rights groups. The ACLU will represent the challengers to the Tennessee law. The Center for American Progress says it's time for the court to intervene.
It's scary, right? Because we don't know what the outcome is going to look like. So I am oddly partially relieved because now we have a time frame and we have a date and we can work towards it and we can show what I think is a really clear case.
The court hasn't scheduled oral argument for the case, but it'll likely be one of the most watched next term, and that begins the first Monday in October. And the court's announcement in the gender-affirming care grant came on the 2-year anniversary of its decision in Dobbs, overturning Roe v. Wade and holding that the right to choose to have an abortion is not protected by the Constitution. Hundreds of protesters gathered outside the court this week to mark the occasion. The majority in Dobbs suggested the issue of abortion would go back to the states, but that has proven not to be the case. In addition to the Idaho abortion ban that we just discussed, recall the court also tossed the abortion pill challenge this term. All 9 justices agreed to reject a group of doctors challenging the FDA's decision to make it easier to get the drug mifepristone used in medication abortions. That preserves the ability to get it through the mail and from healthcare providers who are not doctors.